How's it going, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I am very excited for this review. I have a lot of good movies on my list, but this one has managed to reach my top 10 list. Today, we are talking about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the classic 1986 teen comedy by John Hughes, most famous for his work on The Breakfast Club, stars Matthew Broderick as Ferris Bueller taking a day off from school, hence the title. What first starts off as spending the day at home pretending to be sick turns into a day full of fun and hijinks along with his friends Cameron Fry and Sloane Peterson. It even goes as far as to get the whole town in on the fact, hoping that Ferris will make a speedy recovery. So despite this film being such a cult classic, I only found out about this film through Family Guy. I knew that they referenced the final running scene in one of the episodes, but after viewing this movie, there were plenty more scenes that they referenced which I hadn't expected. And it really isn't hard to see why Family Guy referenced so many scenes in this movie, because I'm going to tell you right now, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is so amazing. And like I stated earlier in the video, it is on my top 10 list of movies. I first have to acknowledge that this is one of the first films to utilize the concept of fourth wall breaking, and in this film, it is so well done. Being in the genre of teen comedy, as well as Matthew Broderick using his charm to talk to the audience, you get that sense of friendship and connection when he starts out. And just when you think that the concept of fourth wall breaking is just silly and unnecessary, I think Matthew Broderick does it so well here that you can't help but respect and admire his performance. He's over here giving you the best tips on how to pretend to be sick from school. He gives you some background information on certain characters in the movie, and he also makes you feel like you're a part of the adventure that he's on.
One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second.
Something else that I admire about this movie is how much fun it has with capturing the spirit of being a teenager. You get to see the students stuck in class on the verge of falling asleep while listening to Ben Stein. Perfect casting for a teacher, by the way. The brilliant prank calls made by Ferris and Cameron trying to get Sloane out of class and at the restaurant. And the upbeat fun that Ferris and his friends have as they embark on their adventure.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole. Asshole!
You also have the infectious soundtrack of the movie. Shit. You also have the infectious soundtrack of the movie with songs such as Oh Yeah by Yellow, March of the Swivelheads, and even the Star Wars theme out of all things. I mean, it's so random, but it's so good. And of course, the fun just doesn't stop with moments such as Ferris singing Twist and Shout at the parade, driving the Ferrari in the city of Chicago, and visiting landmarks that they never thought they'd be able to see. I also think the movie does a great job with playing with the dynamic of Ferris and Cameron. On one end, you have the side of Ferris that's super rebellious and outgoing and is just looking to have some fun and enjoy life. And you also get the side of Cameron, who has the more held-back personality and has always been taught to follow the rules. He's also a teen that doesn't have the best relationship with his father, and he also got beaten out by his dad's Ferrari. Both characters get the chance to work off of each other, and as the movie goes on, Cameron is able to come to the realization that life moves fast and that if he doesn't take the time to let loose once in a while, he may miss out on it. He also manages to find the guts to stand up to his father after having so much pent-up humiliation over the years, as well as taking responsibility for destroying something that the father held so dear to his heart. I mean, something like that shows some true guts, and I'm only hoping that the father could find something in Cameron to be proud of. That's part of what makes this movie so great. Thanks to the genius of John Hughes, we get all these cleverly played out moments while also having many good moments, as well as leaving with some important views on life that many people may have lost sight of. And sure, there's a lot of moments in this movie where it takes an unrealistic turn on some certain situations, such as when, for some reason, the whole city prays for Ferris's speedy recovery. There's also a moment where they somehow finesse their way into a restaurant with no problems at all. And somehow Ferris manages to avoid his family in certain situations where it would be so obvious that it's him.
Bruh.
I mean, yeah, how could you not recognize the people in your own family, as well as the people that they happen to be associated with? I mean, I don't know, someone like Ferris's girlfriend out of all people, Sloane? But despite all that, I think that just adds to the fun of the movie, displaying how much fun life could really be, and also giving a viewer a certain type of rush. It seems like nowadays that most teen movies only do one thing. Do nothing but make your hormones go absolutely insane by showing romance and sex. It's quite a shame to know that more films can't be like Ferris Bueller, where it's just endless amounts of fun along with some genius comedy. Along with all those unrealistic aspects of the movie, you also get Ed Rooney, the principal played by Jeffrey Jones, as he tries to track down Ferris. And it's one thing for you to be known as the troublemaker slash bad influence on the school, but to have a principal as psycho as Rooney, I think that made for some very comedic moments in this movie. Sure, he's very one note throughout the entire movie, but the amount of slapstick he goes through just brought me a good time every second he was on screen. You know, I honestly can't express enough how much I love this movie, and I mean it when I say it has a special place in my top 10 list. With the clever writing of John Hughes, as well as the likable and charming characters, and endless amounts of fun from start to finish, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is one of the best teen movies out there, and is well worth the watch if you haven't seen it yet. Is the movie dated to hell? Absolutely, but I think that's part of the fun of the movie, and if you're like me and are tired of seeing the same old tropes in teen movies, I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is going to be quite a refreshing breath of air for you. Prepare yourself for an hour and a half of fun, as well as some views on life that everyone can value in some way. All I have to say is congratulations, Ferris Bueller. You get 10 out of 10 Ferraris.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
I'd really love to know what you guys think of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Or do you not care to watch it? I'd love to know in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for some more future movie content. Thank you guys for joining me in this review, and I'm out of here.